Part 4 of the Lives and Descendancy of Fidelia Chavez and Nemesion Arzapalo. In the 1960s, as the family grew, they went on to raise their families and establish themselves. Fidelia had moved to Florida. In 1958, she was living in Miami at 301 Southwest 13th Avenue and in 1960 at 1776 Southwest 23rd Terrace. She was not only the family matriarch, but she had also been a dress shop owner, she hosted dances, was a landlord and a published author. Her writings included a novel titled La Linda de Oro, which was based on the life of her mother, Mercedes Rodriguez Chavez, and is set in Honduras from 1860 through the 1940s. It was published in 1959 in Mexico, where it was completed. She also wrote another story set in 1930s New York about a woman also from Honduras named Felicia. In 1960, Nemesion married Fernanda Alarcon in Stamford, Connecticut on March 14th. And in 1962, they moved to Florida and lived alternately with Betty and Eleanor and their families in Miami. Rudy Morlott married Jean Slevin in Bergen, New Jersey, on April 22, 1961. Jose Armando Tomé married Irma Fuentes in New York in 1963. Linda Rodriguez married Jose Alvarez in Miami, January 6, 1968. There were 2 more grandchildren born. Richard Marquez in July 1960, in New York. To Betty and Gumercindo, known as Lalo, Marquez. And John Arzapalo in 1962, in Brooklyn. To Alfred and Mirda Arzapalo. Sadly, Fidelia died in Miami the 11th of February, 1962, and is buried at St. Raymond's Cemetery in the Bronx. She was 73 years old. In August 1968, Robert Gutierrez married Maria Teresa Caneda in Florida. In July 1977, Alfred Arzapalo married Ann Henderson in Bayshore, New York. In August 1977, Sylvia Arzapalo married James McGregor in New Jersey. The first grandchild, Deborah Perez, was born December 1960 in New York. To Nellie and Robert Perez. Followed by Susan Morlott, born September 1961 in New Jersey. To Rudolph and Jean Morlott. Greg Tomé, born April 1962 in New York. To William and Dorothy Tomé. Chris Morlott, born September 1963. To Rudolph and Jean Morlott. Sylvia Sierra, born November 1963 in Florida. To Gloria and Alfred Sierra. Jose Armando Tomé, born May 1964 in New Orleans. To Jose Armando and Irma Tomé. Paul Guerrero, born October 1964 in New York. To Joseph and Norma Guerrero. Yvette Sierra, born December 1965 in Florida. To Gloria and Alfred Sierra. Benjamin Alvarez, born June 1968 in New York. To Linda and Jose Alvarez in New York. Nemesion Arzapalo suffered a fatal heart attack and died April 24, 1974, in the Bronx and is buried at St. Raymond's Cemetery in the Bronx, New York. He was 78 years old. Anthony Gutierrez, born August 1976 in Florida. To Robert and Maria Teresa Gutierrez. Tracy McGregor, born April 1978 in New Jersey. To Sylvia and James McGregor.